It's kind of like a stall card, right? And this deck is a ramp deck at its core too, right? Between Utopia Sprawl and Search for Tomorrow. So a card like Cyclonic Rift, we can actually just like overload it, so like it's a modal card basically. Yeah, our deck's playing 26 lands, and it's playing 9 ramp spells plus 4 explorers, which are a pseudo ramp spell. It is kind of interesting to me that there's no Jace in this deck, but I guess we can't really defend a Jace, but like putting an Emrakul that we draw back into our deck seems kind of appealing. We have a polymorph and a creature. Yep. We have 2 creatures actually, right? 3 kinda. Opponent mulligan to 6. Don't do me dirty, opponent. Don't jump up and kill me. We could play a turn 2 staff, but I think I'd rather suspend search on 1. Especially against like the potentially have abrupt decay. Disruption heavy decks are probably hard matchups for us. I assume it's going to take them a second while they read this card. Yeah, I'm going to chuck this and play this. Yeah, I'm going to suspend the search. I'm going to do that. Just going to do that. We jumped into the $8 league. The person that extras who donated for it said they wanted to see the $8 league. So opponent knows their EDH cards. Ooh, they don't have another land. That's good for us. Found our good matchup, chat. Opponent doesn't have a land. I'm just gonna play this Mutavault out so I can start attacking them with it. That's like, that's the legacy force of rule, right? If you have to read it and you don't understand why it's in their deck, you should probably force it. If you read a card and it sounds strange and you can't put together why it's in their deck, don't let it resolve. That's a pretty good hit. They fetch Shocked here. So am I playing around a counterspell? Do I just want to ship in with Mutavault? What do you think? Do you think this is counterspell or removal? It could just be representing removal for Mutavault, but like, what removal spell costs them 2? Fatal Push they wouldn't have Shocked for. I kind of just want to attack with Mutavault here. Go for the throat? That doesn't seem particularly likely. I'm just gonna smash with this. I have plenty of land, so like, if they kill this, I can just try and Wildspeaker them next turn. It could be Murderous Cut. Actually, Murderous Cut's a good guesstimate. Victim of Night can't kill this one. It is in fact just a Fatal Push. I'm not quite sure why they shocked there. Okay. So some kind of Tassiger deck, most likely, with Thought Scour. Huh. And probably play around soft counters at this point with the Farseek. Don't pay health for your shock. You'll be sad, you'll still take damage. It could be a Death Shadow deck. They did turn over Stubborn Denial, I suppose. Soft Stub's a reasonable card they could have. They're just shocking to push their health total down. That makes sense. It's been so long since we played against Shadow that my head didn't even go there. Which is weird, right? Because, like, that's the first place your head goes in Modern a lot of the time. Especially recently. Goif. Snap. Snap Opt. Hopefully this is Snap Inquisition. Yeah, it looks like Sultai or Traverse Shadow. They're just snapping Opt at sorcery speed, maybe looking for a land potentially. Think about Daze in Modern. I think it sounds kind of obnoxious. I mean, cards like Daze and Force would potentially go into combo decks just as much as tempo decks. I don't think a card like Daze really solves any of the issues in Modern. Like, in my opinion, the biggest offenders in Modern are decks like Tron, and Daze just doesn't do anything in that type of matchup. Rip Polymorph would have been pretty good here. Do you want to just play this Batterskull? I feel like I want to just play this Batterskull. If 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This makes 7, 8. It's really unfortunate. We're one land off of play Garruk, play Batterskull. The token, this doesn't actually have Defender. That's a Moto feature. But the text is wrong on here. So this can actually attack. It doesn't actually have Defender. That's exactly like drawing an Emrakul, right? Or like drawing a Polymorph. Alright, I guess we just smashed him for 7 here, right? I'm intentionally misrepresenting the board state. You are watching the first game of the first match. Okay. To suit up the plant next turn, most likely. Sadness went onto the stack and it resolved. Well, we're playing a friendly league, so hopefully there won't be many Jaces in here. No, I really don't want to expose the Batterskull to discard or counter magic. I think I want to just equip the plant. Again, if you're just joining us, the plant doesn't actually have Defender. That's a Moto bug. Get in there, little defender. Defend my kingdom, little defender. We could actually hardcast this Emrakul, right? My opponent just typed in chat, "It can attack?" question mark. Defend! Magic Online! Oh, Moto. Oh, Moto. Do. Opponent's getting a refund. Oh no, they have another Snapcaster Mage. That's so rude. They should ghost us, so they should have known it was good attack. The junior devs are busy fixing all of the issues they don't have senior devs to fix. Hey, Aces of Death with that $2 donation. Could opponent file for comp for that? They could. If I was the opponent and I lost this match, I would file for comp for the league. 10 out of 10. My gameplay experience was impacted, and I would try and get some free shit out of it. You can and should file for comp anytime Magic Online does anything less than perfectly. It doesn't cost them anything to give you comp, and lots of the time they do, and it's just literally free money in your pocket. This deck is in the interest of giving opponents free leagues, right? The plant tokens have the word defender on them, and my opponent was surprised when they got attacked by a token that had defender. Please Thoughtseize me. Please Thoughtseize me. Please Thoughtseize me. Yeah, we're getting Thoughtseized, chat. Who's excited to get Thoughtseized here? Raise your hand. No, please don't take my last card, opponent. How will I ever win the game now? Oh no. Oh no. Throw some Wall of Roots and some Corticallings in there for the extra memeness. If I draw an untapped land, I could activate and equip this, but I'm probably just supposed to bounce this. Polymorph is still a live draw, that's true. Hey, Kuna Lepadish with that 3-month resubscription. Thanks a lot and welcome back. I do appreciate that. As always, subscriptions are one of the best ways you can support my content here. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Re-up in there. Redrew the Farseek we shuffled back in. Why do I need untapped lands? Oh, you're right. I do need two to activate and equip. You're right. You're right. It's a delve spell? Smells like a delve spell. I'm just like not quite sure how they're casting it. Abrupt Decay. That's rude. I guess that's a little bit of punishment for not leaving 3 mana up. Well, I guess I can bounce and replay it, but then we get tagged by a soft stub, which sucks. I guess I just crack them with my Lumbering Falls now, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're just like forcing a chump here. Or we could do that, chat. Come to me, my herd! My herd! Come to me! I need more 3/3s! Because I have 2 small children who frequently eat food in my basement while I am streaming. Modern staple caller. We got 6 power there. My opponent would have to pay 1 mana for 11 power right now, but we paid 7 mana for 6 power. So who's the real? Do the tokens have elephants? No, you cannot fail to find when searching when looking at a public zone. Eat shit card, we have 2 elephants. Ain't that the real truth? Oh shit. This actually doesn't get anything out of our deck, does it? We have all 3 of our breeding pools in our island. This actually can't get forests. This actually can't find forests. It gets a plains, an island, a mountain, or a swamp. So I shouldn't have fetched this island earlier when I didn't need the blue, because it made redrawing this Farseek a dead draw. Oh no! They have a fatal push for my elephant. Opponent's timing here is pretty poor. If they would have waited on this, I would have probably attacked with this and traded it for 2 snaps, but now I'm just gonna wait. Now I'm just gonna wait. Our opponent's poker hand was very good this game. Thankfully, it didn't include a Death Shadow. Why would you even play this out? Like, you can't fetch with both of them. We need a Psionic Blast, right? I mean, they haven't had threats though, so like, it's hard to be too upset with their draw, right? Because like, they haven't drawn a Delve creature or a Death Shadow in 28 cards. Ooh, Cyclonic Rift. There's a card that's gonna do a whole lot of nothing. No, probably not aces. Sounds like a lot of work for something not competitive. These have flash, chat. Overload and win. Oh, Twitch chat. Oh, Twitch chat. Chat lethal, ain't that the truth? Oh, baby, Utopia Sprawl. We're gonna get him. This Lumbering Falls have been great. This Lumbering Falls has been quite the excellent beater. All right, so Rift's pretty bad. This is fine. Relic's probably fine. Chalice is great. Is this a Eugene matchup? This could be a Eugene matchup. Can they kill Elderscale Wurm? Kiora the Crashing Wave. This card's actually kind of sweet too, isn't it? Card's kind of sweet too. How could that is a Sagu Mauler? That is, in fact, a Sagu Mauler. Well, the problem with the worm is it won't be big enough to attack through their stuff, right? We have Eugene and Kiora here, though. We do have Eugene and Kiora. Kiora was like, these are just like this standard. I played these cards together in standard, I'm pretty sure, unless I'm misremembering. This is an 8-ticket league. This is an 8-ticket league. I think I'm gonna cut these Utopia Sprawls. I like my boarding in Chalice, but I just don't want to flood out in this matchup. How do we cast Ugin though? By tapping 8 lands. Like we could side in our cube draft combo. Oh. Nissa's probably too clunky. I get Eugene in here. The Sagu Mauler Batterskull Dream. I was call the herd was very good. You're not wrong. I don't think I want these other ones. I'm just gonna hit submit here. Seems actually pretty good, right? This is probably too... Clunky. I know you've covered this question before, but I can't remember. If I want to pay for a deck Gristlebrand to be played on stream, how much is it? You can learn how donation decks work here. Right at that link there. Hopefully we rip a green source on one so we get to suspend this search. That would be great. I hope we play against Bill, right? Yeah, no worries, Randolph. I'm always happy to direct people on the rules for sending me money. Oh, I thought this was a Khalni Garden. Treetop Village is still reasonable. But hopefully we just rip an untapped whatever source and get to suspend this. We need a Warp World. That was my favorite casual deck back in undergrad. Just had a deck that cast Warp World and it played the card Anarchist in it, so you could return the Warp World to your hand and just cast an arbitrarily large number of Warp Worlds in the same turn until everyone else had no permanents in play and you had all the permanents in play. It was quite excellent. Yeah, all of the deck lists get posted on my YouTube channel under the videos. They're also linked in the donation queue until I remove them. So once they're on YouTube, you can find them there. We just ripping my search for tomorrow now and just like hoping to leave me stranded on mana. Nope. Oh, maybe. Kiora, the crashing wave. That's so exciting. You know what's really funny about this deck? Blinkmoth Nexus can give Mutavault +1/+1. How's that for the value? How's that for the value? Blinkmoth Nexus can give Mutavault +1/+1, chat. Can you even handle yourselves right now? Can you even, this is the newly controlled one, right? It's just good deck building. Build your own Mishra's Factory. Kiora actually seems great against these single threat decks. My Mutavault gonna meet a Fatal Push here, opponent. We're always up on clock. People in Magic Online don't know how auto pass keys work. It's not quite as bad as it is in Hex, but people in TCGs online in general don't use their auto pass keys enough. No, I have a search for tomorrow on Suspend here. I'm gonna go fetch an Island right now. Island is your land. Island is my land. Do 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 do. Beep 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 do 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 do. Some kind of Negate, maybe a Disdainful Stroke. Disdainful Stroke sounds reasonable. We played a lot of expensive spells. No green source out of them. That's interesting. So I get to attack for 4 here. Hopefully rip a green source. You get to attack for 5. That's a delicious one. That's a delicious one. She's good. It was just a 24-hour bug, so Everyone's pretty much flushed out. Declan had it, I had it, Christy had it. Hopefully Jake's not gonna get it. Yeah, we've got 2 Chalices in the sideboard for the matches like this where they're just aces. We don't have that many 1-mana spells in the main deck. In fact, I boarded the Utopia Sprawls out. Am I getting Snapcaster Maged here? That's rude. I probably need to hold this, right? I probably need to hold this. Yeah, I think I just need to hold this for a Tasigur. Just let this trade happen. It's interesting that they didn't flash and snap and get draw a card in response. Chalice avoided a friendly league. Look, Modern's not a friendly format, okay? It's just a bunch of people doing rude things to each other. No, Blinkmoth requires a mana to activate. So that I could have left it untapped, but I couldn't actually have activated it, so it didn't matter. This guy takes a mana. Look at our creature lands giving him the business. This deck has 4 Mutavaults, 2 Blinkmoths, a Treetop, and a Lumbering Fall. So we have 8 creature lands and 26 lands. There's a deck list on your screen. If you're on mobile, you can type !deck in chat. Then the Treetop Village came to town. It's a Moto feature. So you get to fire up for 4 damage next turn, and then we get to fly over for the last couple. GG's opponent. Alright. It's a little bit early, but so far all signs point to this deck being unbeatable. I'm just saying. We're 1-0-2-0 chat. While waiting for the next match to pop, I would just like to say good morning, afternoon, and good night to everyone wherever you're at in the world. Thanks for joining us here. My name is Jeff Hoagland. We're hanging out playing some blue-green Polymorph. This deck 5-0 to League, and someone donated for us to play it here on stream. If you're enjoying what you see, make sure you hit that follow button. I stream Magic on this channel every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday afternoons, as well as some random mornings and weekends. If you're really enjoying what you see, consider subscribing on Twitch. My subscribers are the reason I'm able to do what I do as often as I do. You can also support my stream by supporting my sponsors. MTGOtraders.com would love to buy and sell Magic Online cards with you. If you use code Hoagland PayPal at checkout with them, you'll save 8% on your singles orders there. CoolStuffInc.com buys and sells a lot of cool stuff, including TCG singles. Using promo code Jeff5, you can save 5% on Magic, Pokemon, and Yu-Gi-Oh cards with them. InkedGaming.com would love to help you customize your gaming experience. Using code Jeff12, you can save 12% on custom playmats, mouse pads, binders, bags, all sorts of stuff. And finally, this stream is made possible by viewers like Anoronics and you. Anoronics would like to remind you to hit that follow button yet again if you're enjoying what you see. All right, I mean, this is actually a mulligan because it's got one of our 2 Emrakuls in the opener, right? So it's just like already at 6. This hand looks great. Looks great, smells great, feels great. Treetop Village. Yeah, I'm probably in the market for just drawing another land here. We are on the draw. I've not seen the mono green control deck. Would it be possible to add a link to the Stream Decker list to your YouTube description? I think it'd be very convenient to just download the list to try out a Magic Online. You can copy and paste it from the YouTube description. The YouTube description is literally an export from Magic Online. Paste it into a text file, and then you'll be good to go, I promise. I promise it's exactly the same. So I'm gonna pick blue here with this. I think I want to wait on this Khalni Garden. So I'm gonna play the Treetop Village this turn, and next turn we can go Khalni Garden into Polymorph because my Search for Tomorrow is gonna come off suspend. Hey, please, with that brand new Twitch Prime support. Thanks for sending your Amazon fun money this way this month. I do appreciate that. What do I think of the one-ofs in the main and the sideboard? I think the one-ofs in the main and the sideboard are definitely like the room where you have the most room to kind of tune the details in a deck like this. I'd be interested in seeing where we could possibly go with some of those things. The Demigod deck was just a bad Jund deck, if we're being honest. If we're being honest, and we usually are here. It was a bad Jund deck. I'm just getting a forest here. This makes extra blue already. Explore. All right, so yeah, I'm gonna cast this. Cast this. Put this Khalni Garden into play. Fire up this. Fire up this. Smack this down to whatever. Hope to dodge a Thoughtseize this turn, so that way we can polymorph something while holding up a Mutavault activation next turn. Yeah, we need to set up so we have extra creatures in play or take loyalty off of this. Either of those two things will do. So we got to pressure this a little bit here. I have an extra card to discard. Hey, Catlow main. Get brand new Twitch Prime support. Thank you very much. And your Amazon fund money this way this month. There's a lot of different channels you can put it towards, but thanks for putting it here. Field of Ruin. That's kind of unfortunate. Hopefully they tap some mana here. That's really unfortunate for us. Ooh, that's actually great. Because that means I can do this at instant speed, right? Hang on, folks. We got a reader. Oh, this is a sorcery speed, isn't it? Dang it, Bobby. Dang it, Bobby. I should have read my card. Should have read my card, chat. Should have read my card. There's two. I think my line's still the same. I don't think I want to cast this and do a face of a removal spell. You could argue mistakes were made, but I think I'd come to the same conclusion. Look, I read it too, okay? Everybody read it. Everybody read the card. If they abrupt decay this, we could be in a little bit of trouble. And like a matchup like this is one of the reasons why we have some of these cards in our sideboard. So like Ugin's gonna be great here. Drastodon's gonna be reasonable here. Back in my day, we had Ice Cauldron and we liked it. Just casual 7 cards in their hand, flip the Tarmogoyf. Yeah, Sprawl is definitely a card that comes out here. Want to thin some of our cards that aren't actual action and turn them into cards that can generate some 1-for-1 card advantage a little bit. Yep. No, opponent! You weren't supposed to have the lightning bolt as the last card in your hand. We were supposed to get you. We were supposed to get you, opponent. What a big bully playing Jund in the friendly leagues. We're supposed to have fun here, opponent. Jund isn't fun. It's mean and efficient and expensive. Get out of my casual league. You were supposed to do all of the work for me. Opponent's a big meanie. Big bully. Bullying around our polymorphs. No, I had Mutavault in play. We would animate Mutavault in response. Why do people have... Don't you understand friendly modern is just goldfishing? Do you need help, Jacob? Bring your tablet here if you need help. Here you go, Jake. Yeah, I think the Emrakuls probably aren't good enough, right? It's probably just like Sagu Mauler and Terastodon. It's like these are more castable when we draw them too. Yeah, I'm not gonna mulligan a hand with lands and spells against the Thoughtseize deck. I'm actually gonna lead on Mutavault here so I can just attack them for 2. I'm actually gonna lead on Mutavault so I can just attack them for 2. The Sagu Mauler should probably be a Simic Sky Swallower. I think that's one of the changes that I'm gonna recommend after playing this deck. We'll see. We'll see if there's situations where that's not relevant, but it feels like Sky Swallower is probably better than Sagu Mauler on average. As much as I love me some Sagu Maulers. Definitely registered him in the first Standard Open he was legal for. Rats, what a tilt. Drew the 2-mana spell. Hand was so good against Inquisition. Morph Sagu Mauler, assert dominance. Alright, I've been sitting for a while. I should stand my fat ass up. Enjoy the ride, Twitch chat. I'm not attacking into the bolt there since I have all these 4-mana spells in my hand. What'd we board in here? We boarded in Sagu Mauler, Terastodon, and what was the third one? Boarded in another creature, right? We boarded in Terastodon, Sagu Mauler. Was that it? Did I bring in the worm? I don't remember if I boarded in the worm. Sideboard says I did not bring in the worm. We bought in Ugin. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Do you like the standing desk? I've been looking to get one, but I don't know if I'd actually spend enough time at my desk for it to be worth it. As someone who uses my computer probably, you know, 30 to 40 hours a week easily, the standing desk was probably my best purchase last year. Probably my best purchase last year. Using their field mana while the getting is good. This is actually the reason why Garruk Relentless doesn't see more play in Modern. This card's very powerful, but the fact that it always dies to Lightning Bolt is such a kill, such a buzzkill. Such a buzzkill. No, I'd rather have Sky Swallower, I think. The restraint on your mana is just not worth it. Shock plus discard. I think I'd rather keep the Polymorph than the Dismember. I guess playing this was a punt, because that let them... I should have played this post-combat, right? I didn't think it was going to matter, but giving them the option to tap out for Culligan's Command definitely mattered. Now I need the 0-1 to block for Wildspeaker should they try and attack with it. I probably should have fetched for that. I'm gonna start by attacking here with a Beastly. I can actually cast both of these Polymorphs next turn, right? Maybe I should have tried to cast both of them this turn. I could have like Polymorphed one, and then if they kill it, mostly tapping out, I could untap 2 lands and Polymorph the other. But getting another Beast into play is kind of appealing as well. Damnation? It's a sweeper. Bloodbraid Elf, right. Their other 4-mana thing. Fulminator Mage. That's rude. Are we trading here? We have 2 cards left. It's good for us. Easy trade, right? Look at the cards. Well, that just happened. So that means Sagu Mauler's coming into play. Sweet memes are made of these. Who am I to disagree? Be-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Be-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Be-be-be-be-be-be-be. Alright, do I want an Emrakul in my deck still? Or is just these 2 good enough? Nasty Terasty. Do I want this Emrakul? Yeah, we were definitely killing our own lands. No, we were gonna kill 3 of our own lands and give us 18 power and elephants. We're basically playing Elephant Tribal. I think I want 1 Emrakul in my deck. I think I want an Emrakul. I think I want an Emrakul. I'm gonna board out a Proteus Staff. Yeah, I'm gonna board out a Staff. If you're playing Elephant Tribal, where are your Cavern of Souls? Asking the important questions. Asking the important... We played Snake Tribal on stream the other day. We're playing Elephant Tribal. Batterskull is excellent in these grindy matchups. Emrakul is taking out our Batterskull. Taking out Batterskull will be a very big mistake. Where are your elephant graveyards? Here's the real question. Does elephant grass not letting elephants attack, does that constitute a flavor fail? Does that constitute a flavor fail? No, we had Nissa in. I was deciding on what I wanted to trim for the Emrakul to get in my deck. Just probably just take my Polymorph. Unless they have like 3 more discard spells. Seems like taking my Elephant Grass makes the most sense. Or my Polymorph, sorry, we're talking about Elephant Grass. Okay, so either they drew Inquisition for the turn, or they let on the wrong one. Khalni Garden into play. Yeah, I think the Bantcord deck's been a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to playing that deck some more at some point. I think that's my leading choice for Milwaukee right now. Yep, I've been a Misty Rainforest here, I think. Want to draw a 4-mana Planeswalker real bad here, or a Polymorph. Either of those would be great. Well, I guess Polymorph's not that great with Liliana on the table. I just want more plants, almost certainly. I don't want to attack with the plant. I don't want to give away that these plants can attack. Hopefully, they empty their hand here, and then plus the Liliana, and I can rift the Liliana back to their hand in response to the discard. Polymorph would be great if we hit Nasty Terasty. You're not wrong. You're not incorrect. There's hopefully they go like land, creature, and then plus Liliana, and then I get to rift the Liliana in response to her trigger, making them discard her. It's a Fulminator Mage. Could be a Culligan's Command too. Unfortunately, they have a card still, so that's not going to work. We're not going to get them. Hopefully we get them next turn. Hopefully we get them next turn. Yep. All right, sweet. Bless you, Liliana. Pick it up. Pick it up. Good trade. Good clean living here. Good clean living. They do have a clock here. Looking for a polymorph, chat. Looking for a polymorph. Looking for a polymorph. Oh no. Oh no. Matt, man. Who told me to board in the Emrakul? Who told me to board in the Emrakul? It's their fault. This could have been a staff. We boarded out the third staff for the Emrakul. Who was it? Who was it? It was Matt, man, right? Someone needs to take one for the team here. All right. Oh no! Oh no! There's friendly fire. I didn't mean to time out extras. Matt, man had to take a bullet there. Extras, you're coming back. You're coming back. Hold on. I'm sending a medic. I'm sending a medic. Somebody had to pay for this. Somebody had to pay. All right, it's fine. It's fine. We will persevere. They've probably drawn infinite removal spells and Bloodbraid Elves and all sorts of rude things. Yes! Put the Emrakul into my hand, opponent! Yes! Trigger! Alright. Got him. I think I'm blocking with this Mutavault. I think I want to block here. I guess I could trade. That actually seems kind of appealing, right? I could just trade here. Somebody had to pay for this is basically the stream motto, right? Why did I lose? Why did I lose the Mutavault, chat? Why did we lose the Mutavault? All I need is a couple of bricks, some bricks out of you. Beep 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 beep. All right. We need a really nasty Terrasti here, chat. We need we have a 1 in 3 chance to floop nasty Terrasti into play. All right, chat. Nasty Terrasti. We need the nastiest of Terrastodons here. We need the nastiest of No, it's a Sagu Mauler, chat. Oh no. Oh no. Oh well, we died. We gave it the college best. We gave it. I think boarding in the Emrakul was wrong. I kind of want. So having played these games, Liliana has 2 counters. We're dead on board. For those that are missing why I conceded, we're dead on board there because Liliana has 2 counters. I actually think we should probably just have multiple Terrastodons in our sideboard because this seems way better against the Edict removal heavy decks than Sagu Mauler, and it like doubles as a giant middle finger against Tron. And anyone who's watched this stream knows that I love giant middle fingers against Tron. What's up, dude? What's up? You want a different show? Okay. No, I think I just cut the Sagu Mauler. Which one do you want? Let's do... Sorry. Hold on, we're queuing up a show for Jacob. Try and get burned in a special place in hell, ain't that the truth? Reddeck's got a lot of lanes in it. Got Emrakul in the opener. Alright, I'm gonna mulligan because we've got Emrakul in the opener. Seems pretty reasonable. Seems pretty reasonable. Could you work Worldspine Wurm into this deck? Maybe. I like that Terastodon is more castable than Worldspine Wurm. Thoughts on Masters 25? I mean, it doesn't really have... As someone who doesn't own Magic cards, Masters 25 doesn't really have any impact on me. Like, I don't play Limited and I don't own Magic cards, so... Masters 25, just like me giving my opinion on Masters 25 would be like me giving my opinion on women's shoes. Like, they just don't have any bearing on my life, so I don't really care about them. Tron! We besmirched Tron's good name. So now they have come to claim us and our children. Tron is coming for your children, chat. Fight the Tron overlords. Fight. I've sold most of those anticipates, thank you very much. Signed, sold, and mailed. What is your favorite formal ladies shoe? Right? That's the important question. I'm glad you understand the important question. We were actually set up for a turn 4 Emrakul here, right? We get to go turn 3 this, turn 4 play this, diddle some lands. Playing non rats, chat. They have the Tron. What was the last paper Magic tournament I played in? I played a small team event late last year at Pastimes, but the last major tournament I played in was the Season 1 Invitational last year. What about Woodfall Primus as the other nasty Terasti? No, I think I just want Terastodon. I think it just kills people the best. What deck am I considering playing for the SCG that I'm intending next? I'm playing the Legacy seat for the Team Open in Cincinnati, so I am currently considering between currently back and forth between... Oh, they're playing this deck. Sweet. I've got two Proteus Staffs. I'm currently between the blue-red control deck and Faithless Jund, I think. Would Abzan Elves be an acceptable nation deck? Maybe. We've played that deck in the past and it's felt really bad every time we've played it. And by really bad, I mean like it's just like kind of mediocre and it's not doing anything super impressive. We do get to floop an Emrakul into play next turn, chat. Who's excited to floop the Emrakul? I feel like many pros like Limited. Why don't I like it? So I play Magic with the goal of solving puzzles and playing like intricate games, and I really like the concept of tuning decks, and Limited doesn't allow me to take a deck and tune and test it. Limited is about learning pick orders and identifying when you're supposed to be moving into particular colors based on the cards in the pack and reading signals at the table. And just Limited doesn't give me out of Magic what I'm looking to get out of Magic. There was an Elves deck with Bloodbraid Elf that did well. I would accept a Bloodbraid Elf Jund deck, I think. I think I would accept a Bloodbraid Elf deck. So I can play this. And untap these. Animate this. Give them the staff. Give them the business. Turn 4 Emrakul. Your move, Yugi boy. Your move. This is my Emrakul. My Emrakul is amazing. Do you remember regionals near Chicago when Eldrazi winter started and we had to evacuate? I do. I top 8'd that. Top 8'd that regional with Kiki Cord. They have to have natural Tron. They have to have just the natural Tron piece in order to card me, right? So if they Karn me, we can actually put another Emrakul into play next turn, but then they could Karn that one too. Hey, opponent. My Squidbilly's bigger than your Squidbilly. Whose Squidbilly is better? Whose Squidbilly is... I agree. I think Bloodbraid lead the Stampede Elves sounds pretty sweet. I think Bloodbraid, Lead the Stampede Elves sounds pretty sweet. Well, if you're good at Magic, it doesn't actually cost you that much money to play Magic Online. Like, you basically just rent the cards because you can sell cards back on Magic Online for like 70 to 80 and sometimes even 90% their value if they're really in demand. I think this is just like a Dismember out, a Dismember in. I don't think I want these other cards. Maybe the Crashing Wave is okay here. Maybe this card is fine. Maybe this card is fine. Her making 4/4 seems fine. Garruk Relentless seems a little medium. Seems a little medium. Did they have 4 Lead the Stampede in it though? That's the real trick. Lead the Stampede has secretly always been one of the best cards in Elves. Lead the Stampede has secretly always been one of the best cards in Elves, in my opinion. Oh, do I want Terastodon? It's a good question. I feel like I just want to Emrakul them, right? I feel like I just want to Emrakul them. I want Emrakul already. I have to give Batman a sword again. I have to give Batman a sword. I hope you're not salty. I needed a bit and someone had to take a bullet for our bit. Welcome back, Batman. I want Emrakul too. I think Emrakul... Yeah, I think against... I agree with extras. I think against Eldrazi Tron, I just want to floop Emrakuls into play. I think against Green Tron, I want Terastodons. They have Basilisk Collar and they have Karn, right? I'm gonna click submit here. So, when I was just playing Magic Online, playing decks that I thought were good, rather than playing random meme decks like this one for money on stream, and don't get me wrong, we make that's why we have the donation queues, so I don't lose money playing meme decks like this because they're still sweet. I was regularly cashing out $200 to $300 a month for Magic Online, like selling tickets for cash to MTGO traders at 93 to 95 cents a piece and pulling $200 a month out of the Magic Online economy because I was winning significant amounts of Magic. So if you are good at Magic, you can make money playing Magic Online, like actual factual money, real cold hard dollars. This is a turn 3 Emrakul, isn't it? It's turn 2 Staff, turn 3 activate Blinkmoth, cast Staff. Was that playing all day? No, that was not 8 hours a day. All right, we could get Karn here, but if we don't get Karn, we should be in a pretty good spot. We actually have turn 3 Emrakul in 2 different ways here. We can activate Blinkmoth Polymorph it or activate Blinkmoth Proteus Staff it. All right, their turn for a net draw. And that's why I don't understand why you would play Eldrazi Tron. I think you should just play Green Tron so you could Karn people. So let's say I'm new to Magic Online. What should I do first? Draft, Standard, Pauper. You should play whichever format you enjoy the most because even if you're good, you won't be making enough money to have it be a job. So you should make sure you're enjoying yourself while you play. They could no, the problem is the Karn sticks around prototype, which means I can't put Emrakul into play next turn and have it live. Hey, Sheik617, get brand new Twitch Prime support. Thank you very much and welcome back. I do appreciate that. As always, subs are the best way you can show support for my content here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I was wondering why it jumped so many viewers all of a sudden in the last hour, and I thought it was the Polymorph deck, but it's because Todd Stevens is playing the boring format now. Again, all of the people, basically, the people that were complaining that Jace and Bloodbraid could potentially ruin Modern, they have Stockholm Syndrome with regards to Tron, because Tron is way more oppressive and ridiculous at pushing decks out of the format than Bloodbraid and Elf could ever dream of being. Could ever dream of being. Don't come in here and tell me my Jaces are too good and the Patron's okay. Get out of here with that. What's my sub retention rate? I don't actually know. I don't know if I can check stats on who renews how often, but my total... Oh no! Oh no! They have the anti-polymorph technology, chat. Do we have a way to take this off the table? We actually don't, right? Alright, so I'm timing you out, Stareth, because what you've done is repeat this random shtick that Magic players just love to repeat. We have to have Tron because it's necessary to keep the format in balance. And that's just not true. And unless you can provide some kind of backup or logic or reasoning for why you feel that's the case, so I can have a discussion with you, there's no point in having what you posted in chat. We can't flashback call the herd because of Grafdigger's Cage. It's hitting us on every... Spellskite? What year is it? I don't even know what year it is anymore, chat. There's a Spellskite? First there's a Grafdigger's Cage, and now there's a Spellskite? Democracy points for Grixis Vial Smasher. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. Push that one right on up there. Vial Smasher's coming soon, I promise. It's already pretty big, but I will put an extra 6 points towards it. This isn't even fair. Why you gotta interact with my stuff, opponent? Oh, shit! You know what this does? This just kills their creatures, right? This just makes... Proteus Staff is just like kill target thing on command? That's exactly what this is now, right? It's like pay 3, tap it, kill their thing? Oh, baby! Oh, baby! We're gonna use their hate against them, chat! We're gonna use their hate against them! Oh man, I'm excited. Until they Karn us, I'm excited. Until there's a Karn here, I'm excited. Sorcery speed murder. Tuck a creature. Oh baby. Proteus Staff secret mode activated. Maybe I should have played this out to play around Thought Knot. Maybe I should have played this out to play around Thought Knot. Maybe they won't see it and they'll take the curve. What decks push Tron out? Fast, aggressive decks push Tron out of the format. Fast, aggressive decks. That's unfortunate. They saw the line. They saw the line, chat. Maybe I should have played the staff. Maybe I should have played the staff. I know, buffering sucks, child. Hold on. Hold on. It's gonna be okay, I promise. They didn't redirect, okay? Okay, they didn't redirect. That's good for us. Am I just gonna... I'm gonna play around another Thought Knot Seer here. I'm gonna shock this in. untap these and cast this Call the Herd. No, they shuffle their library, right? That player shuffles. Yeah, it shuffles their library. No point in attacking here. I have no idea. It reveals cards to the top of their library until they reveal a creature card. That player puts that card onto the battlefield and puts the rest on the bottom. I'm actually not sure. That's really interesting. I'm actually unsure of how that works. Alright, so I think I'm just supposed to like play Mutavault here and then plus this and set up for an ultimate next turn to overrun. That's fine, you have another cage. Do I want to do this? Probably just want to hold on to this, right? I think we're just sticking on the plan here. I think we're just sticking on the plan, just like smush here and then set up a Garruk ult next turn. I'm playing this out so I can attack with it next turn. They could like do something scary like Karnos next turn though. Will the Garruk ult win? Not sure. This is 12, 15, 19, -4, so we can deal 15 to them next turn. Are we drawing a card here? Drawing a card is good for us. That means they potentially don't have it. I'm out of focus because I'm bobbing back and forth and my autofocus is chasing me. I'm a leg bouncer when I sit down, so when I stand up, I kind of sway back and forth and rock and bounce a little bit. No, that was off of Polymorph, and Polymorph shuffles their library. Yeah, with Garruk, I could rift all their stuff. Oh, I could rift their only spell skip, right? If they don't play another creature, that's true. Ooh, Ghost Quarter muddles the math, right? They have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana here. They could Eugene me. You missed a point of damage from the Blinkmoth. No, that's not how that works. Because this isn't an instant speed ability. Yeah, I think I'm waiting a turn here. I'm just going to push the Garruk up again. This gives me an overloaded Cyclonic Rift at their end of turn. So I'm going to play this out. I'm going to animate both of these, I think. Will this let me overload Cyclonic Rift? You have to tap to pump, yeah. Oh, tap to pump and then untap it. Okay, yeah, I guess that makes sense. So if I do this and animate this, and then they Ghost Quarter me, I'll have 1, 2. I think I want to just attack like this, so that way I can have overloaded Cyclonic Rift at their end of turn. Because with the Garruk, I can overload the Cyclonic Rift. Yeah, pump in the main phase. Thank you. That's why you have to be specific, chat. Specific feedback is helpful. Screaming into a void is not. Love to use Ghost Quarter's ability. So we're gonna take 3 down to 13 here. No, I think I want to overload here. I think I want to just overload it, so that way if they hit anything, we can really get them. So Sans Ugin, I think we're gonna be good here. There's 7, right? 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I'm just assuming that they're gonna Ghost Quarter us. There's no reason for them not to Ghost Quarter us. I guess Ulamog's bad for us too here. Which of course they have. This could just be a walking ballista too. Looks like an X spell. Okay. Flashing, overloading Cyclonic Rift here also means that I'm going to get to flashback my Call of the Herd here. Which is nice. Are they just trading this for my Garruk? It's like annoying, but not the end of the world. Which format do you find people ghost the most? It's most obvious when people are ghosting in Legacy, but the actual answer is you really can't know. Unless someone actually is like brazen enough to tell you in chat, you can't really be sure that someone's ghosting or not ever. Yeah, we're gonna get to like crack them for 7 here and then flashback the Call, which is reasonable. And potentially, yeah, I don't think they're actually gonna kill the Garruk here. They're just gonna like let this. Oh, they are gonna kill the Garruk. Okay. Have a ban. This is the best way to get banned. Argue with the ban policy. Found a piece of candy, chat! We found a piece of candy! We found a piece of candy! Maybe chat is right. Maybe I should have had the Terastodons in here instead of this Emrakul. Maybe I should have had the Terastodons in instead of this Emrakul. Maybe the Terastodon should have been in. Because like if we hit Terastodon here, we just couldn't lose, right? We just like take them off a Tron piece and like give ourselves 2 more elephants. Yeah, there should definitely be 2 Terastodons in the sideboard of this deck. The card seems great. Yeah, Ulamog gets us here. Got him. Got him. Got him. All right, we're 2-1, chat. 2-1. 2-1. Nah, I think Terastodon's just better. I'm pretty confident that Terastodon is better. What did we lose to? We lost to Grixis Shadow. Sultai Shadow? No, we lost to Jund. We beat Shadow. We lost to Jund. Jund's the deck we lost to. It was a close set against Jund. I think if the sideboard was built better in this deck, we would have had a better chance against Jund. I have some sweet ideas. This is definitely a deck. This is definitely a deck I would run back. Can you get your bowl? This deck is kind of gas. Just like gasoline. No, that bowl right there, Jacob. The empty one. I think Elves and Modern are better to run Jund and BBE. Yeah, I would be interested in trying to play. I think you'd play Jund. I hate Collected Company as a card though, so I'm biased. But this deck is missing uncastable goblins. Varvite with that 313 subscription. Thanks a lot and welcome back. I do appreciate that. Which one do you want, Jake? They're attacking me for 1. What are the bad matchups for this? Unsure. Probably the removal heavy, the removal dense disruption decks. This deck perfectly summarized what the MTGO Mana metagame looks like at the moment, right? Thanks for the bits to Spellweaver. It's just all over the place, right? And honestly, that's not even the Magic Online Modern metagame. That's just like Modern in general, right? Like Modern in general is all over the place. Sea Beyond would be neat. Yeah, maybe. Honestly, I could maybe see a world where, like, you don't even want Emrakul as your main deck threat, that just, like, Terastodon's the threat that we want, and we could board in Emrakuls where you really want that effect. I feel like Terastodon could be reasonable in this deck, too, because, like, this is a sec ramp deck as its secondary as well, so, like, casting Terastodon is pretty feasible most games. Against dedicated graveyard decks. So I don't think so. The Relic can come in against the Relic comes in against decks like Death Shadow and Tarmogoyf decks, whereas the other one wouldn't, I would assume. Alright, am I dead next turn? Probably not. Three mana Nissa and Jason put in more combo stuff. Yeah, I think some of, like, I think this Garruk's pretty awkward in this deck, although it's going to get to kill Azuri here, which is nice. A Wildspeaker is pretty impressive, though. I like that Wildspeaker plays into the secondary ramp plan nicely. This, on the other hand, is just like this awkward 4-mana removal spell. Like, there should probably be a second, there should probably be a second Batterskull in this deck. I could Staff Azuri. That's interesting. I could Staff Azuri because most of their creatures are bad. Can't I double Garruk this turn? No, I can't, right? I don't think so. I could play this and then untap these two, and then that only makes 3 more. I don't think I can double Garruk there. For the queue, it's exclamation point donation queue. This one to see the list of what's in there. Is that one good, chat? That one seems good. The problem with Dryad Arbor is that you can staff into the Dryad Arbor. Blue mana, right? Yeah, so I'm gonna play this, untap some lands. You can't play actual creatures in the deck, chat. That's not a good thing that you want to be doing. Yeah, that seems fine. Like this is a good position where Emrakul is much better than Terastodon, right? Like, Emrakul is much, much better here than Terastodon would be. I think I want access to 2 Terastodons in the 75, but yeah, Emrakul is probably the right main deck thing to be doing. 3 mana Nissa seems interesting, but you can just curve naturally like 3 mana Nissa into 4 mana Polymorph, get them. You could play Glittering Wish. Stop it, Burgle. So the problem with Jace in this deck is that we don't really have a board presence or removal to protect him, so we're just gonna play Jace and he's gonna die a lot of the time, would be the reasoning. Also, double blue's kind of tough. Yeah, I like Nissa. I really like this Garruk. I think this Garruk is super reasonable, especially if we're on like this Terastodon post-board plan, but I think, like I said, I think this like Relentless Garruk is kind of awkward. Yeah, I think Relentless is pretty awkward. We're gonna pull this deck apart a little bit after the League Zone and talk about things I would do differently. Now we can ult Garruk and hit them for 18. Yep. Gives him trample too, right? Some democracy for Artifact Elves. Thank you for the bits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points towards Artifact Elves. Thank you for the bits, Sheik. Please don't kill me. Please don't kill me. They could Collected Company here in response. If they hit another Shaman in the pack, we're actually dead, right? They're courting for Shaman. This is short of lethal, right? I'm going to 2. And then you're dead to Emrakul. They're just dead, right? I'm not missing anything. This flies. Can't be countered. Flying, protection from colored spells, Annihilator 6. For the memes. For the memes. So the thing about the linear plan, Nexy, is I like this deck because it has this creature land ramp backup plan, because I think if your goal is to linear people, I think a lot of the mistake people fall into with decks like this, and I see people do this with Kiki Core all the time, is that they keep trying to make it a better linear deck, and this is a shitty linear deck. If your goal is to play a linear deck in Modern, you shouldn't play this deck. You should play one of the millions of other decks that's an efficient linear killing machine. This deck is not an efficient linear killing machine. It's doing some neat things, but being efficient and linearing people is not on its resume. It's not on the list of things it is good at. Having a mediocre backup plan with like Mutavaults and Treetop Villages and Call the Herds, that's on its resume of things that seem reasonable. What about Pongify or Beast Within for the alternate token making? I think Beast Within seemed kind of sweet. I like that Beast Within like answers random problems like Gravedigger's Cage. Hey, DJ P100 with that brand new Twitch Prime support. Thank you very much and welcome. I do appreciate that. I don't know how much decks cost. Go to mtgotraders.com, paste in a deck list to their deck editor, fill the cart, and see the estimate. I feel like so many Magic players are the ones that are people that like they'd come into class 5 minutes before the homework is due and go, can I just copy down the last section of your homework? I know I could have done the work myself, but I really just want you to give me all of the answers. I think Chalice is too slow in this matchup. I also think we just don't care about a lot of their 1-mana cards. Yeah, we did, extras. We beat them with our mediocre backup plan. Ugh. This hand's like actually kind of reasonable, but it's got Emrakul in the opener. It's got Emrakul in the opener. We don't have a way to get this out of our hand. Yeah, I think we're pretty obligated to mulligan here. Are there any giant creatures we could polymorph into that are sweeper effects for matchups like this? Oh, you know what? I wonder if we were supposed to board in opponent mulligan to 4. All right. I wonder if I was supposed to board in the Elderscale Wurm. Massacre Wurm is interesting. Elishnorn. Oh yeah, Elishnorn's much better than Massacre Wurm, right? Explorer's pretty good. But so like, what problem is Worldspine Wurm solving? I feel like Worldspine Wurm fills a similar role to Terastodon, while Terastodon is also great against Tron. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look up the dino. Someone else mentioned that. I don't know what that card does offhand without looking it up. Just play Fulminator Mage. Well, you get a land next turn and they're not exactly doing anything. Dino only wipes on cast, that's fair. So I think I'm just gonna play Relentless, kill their thing this turn. Nah, now they tapped out. I was like, I didn't want to get like dismembered in response here, but now that they tapped out, we'll just put an Emrakul into play. What game slash match is this? This is match 3, I think? Match 4? I think it's 4. Yeah, we're 2-1, and we are up a game. We're 2-1 and we're up a game. Yeah, I think this deck is sweet, and I think there's a lot of room to make some improvements here. I think the core idea here is wonderful. Yeah, I don't like Gearhulk. I think I'd rather have, like, Elish Norn. I think I'd rather have, like, Elish Norn. Trigger. Why are we still here, opponent? You hoping my internet's gonna disconnect? I think we just don't have enough ways to defend a Jace. Maybe we could play a couple if we play Nissa Voice of Zendikar, but I'm not 100% sure. Maybe like 2 Jace could be okay. Maybe 2 Jace could be okay. We'll look at the numbers after this. Staff is the best secondary option. I need to run to the restroom really quick, chat. I'll be right back. We're going to finish this last match in this league. We're currently 3-1, and then we're going to talk about changes and improvements we can make to this. This deck needs Quicken. Yeah, we're currently 3-1. Game seems fine. Turn to explore into stuff. Alright, it's playing against Squidbillies. An okay start though. I think that was your last round opponent? Possibly, right? Hopefully you're up a Polymorph here. Sprawl. So what does that do? You put Sprawl on here, choose blue. And this is why, this turn's a good example of why I really like Garruk in this deck. I think he just like generates these pretty reasonable turns in the mid game like this. When we like don't have everything going on for us. I think it's just Elesh Norn. I think the decks you want a sweeper effect against, Elesh Norn's probably good enough. It sucks if we give them Tron, but just a waste. Yep. Oh, this lets them have Tron this turn, right? Because I gave them an extra land so they can play 7-drop now. I mean, like, as far as Modern goes, like, that turn wasn't that impressive. Yep. Probably unsummoning that. So untap these two. So I definitely want to make them pick this up. And then I have 4, 5, 6, 7 mana left. So I can't Batterskull and call, but I could call twice, which seems okay. Yeah, Eldrazi Tron usually plays 2 copies of card. Usually plays 2 copies of card. Can we threaten lethal next turn? We actually can, right? We just crack them for like 18. Because this is 6, 6, 6. That seems just much worse. A Massacre Wurm just seems much worse than Elesh Norn. Thought-Knot's here. Another X spell maybe. Chalice of the Void for 2, sure. Alright, what are we supposed to do here? I think it's just like flashback, call the herd, Batterskull, and like hope to slam them next turn since I drew this Mutavault too. I can animate Lumbering Falls plus Mutavault here. I think we can afford to wait a turn because this is going to go to 6, which means my opponent can't animate it twice. So if I animate the creature land, I just played the Mutavault, Zach. The Mutavault just came into play. If the Mutavault was already out, we'd have lethal, right? And like, I think they just go to Leighton with the 20-month resubscription. Thank you very much and welcome back. I do appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, I just played this. If we hadn't just played this, we would definitely smash, right? We could just put them to 2. The problem is the Endbringer can draw them cards and make us not attack. But I mean, like, we're not beating in all his dust anyways, probably, right? We're probably not beating all his dust anyways. And if they had dust, they would have played it last turn, right? I kind of just want to go Batterskull, Elephant, pass. I guess if I put them to 2, I have 4 lethal attackers next turn. I could play Batterskull and equip it, but then I can't flash back the Call the Herd. I did. They just get to block this one for free. Elephant means I can ult next turn. Garruk goes to 6. And they'd only be able to ping him twice. So he'd go back to 4, which lets him ult. The plant does not have Defender. That's a Magic Online bug. The plant does not have Defender. That's a Magic Online bug, chat. I think I'm just gonna smack them for 18. Just smack them for 18. Hope they don't have shit. I think we're probably dicked regardless if they have anything, so we should just like hope they don't have stuff. Yeah, I think I like putting them to 2. Yeah, sweet. Them drawing a card's a good start for us. Yeah, the Mutavault summoning sick, for those that are wondering why I didn't attack with it. We're still dead on board. We have 4 attackers next turn. And we're just gonna fire up both creature lands here. And crunch in. Yeah, I think the backup plan is great. In fact, I might want a 3rd Call the Herd in this deck over some of the crappy Planeswalkers. The Planeswalkers don't seem fantastic, or like Garruk and Nissa and stuff. The Call the Herd is overperformed. I'd probably play a 3rd. This is definitely... I think I want a 2nd Dismember in the 75 just for more removal. I think that's something I definitely want. Beast Within also sounds appealing. Someone mentioned that card. It can. You're not wrong. Jacob, do you need help with something? You want a different show? Which one do you want? Go ahead and pick one, Jake. Kiora Crushing Wave, probably. Garruk's pretty terrible, right? I think I'm just gonna trim him. Do I want the Terastodon? I feel like I kind of want the Terastodon, but I kind of don't. Like, if I had 2 of these, I think I would bring in 2. But the fact that I only have in 1 kind of sucks. Because, like, I want to know what my Polymorph is going to do guaranteed, basically. And this doesn't allow me to do that. You're from the Vault Dryad Arbor. The problem is that I just, like, I want to know what my Polymorphs are going to do, and I don't want only 1 target in my deck. Should we bring in Outs to Cage? Nah, I think just, like, turning our Polymorphs into removal is fine when there's a cage out. I keep this. Turn to Explore. Alex Bertoncini would keep this hand, so we probably can too. Am I allowed to make that joke? He's unbanned again, right? For some reason, he's legal to play Magic the Gathering. Farseek's just a 9th ramp spell. Farseek is just a 9th ramp spell. God, this fucking card. Imagine if this was a Terastodon, right? Like, it would just be like reasonably castable in this hand. Other Explorer, sign me up. Yeah, just like we'd be so close. Just blatant cheating, Together. Blatant cheating. That's pretty good. So let's do this, cast my staff. I probably should have shocked myself there, right? Your move, Kaiba. Yeah, repeated blatant cheating. They gonna hold up removal here? Feels like they're holding up removal, right? I think I just go for it, right? We're not playing this deck to not go for it. Am I gonna cast this Garruk Wildspeaker first? Probably. I guess it dies to this Thought-Knot Seer if I do that. Whoa! What a blowout! Alright, I could have played around that one. Could have played around Warping Whale. It's a good one to know about. Could have played. Oh, they have the Dismember too. Wow, they must have another removal spell then? They must just. Oh, they have Ghost Quarter. Okay. Sure. No, I didn't board in the Terastodon. No, Reality Smasher doesn't trigger when you target it with an ability. Reality Smasher doesn't trigger when you target it with an ability. Now, I think we're gonna put some Jaces in this deck, among other things. Oh, I could staff their creature into info. That's a good idea, Zach. Yeah, we could have gotten another turn, but like, how are we winning the game? I'm probably not supposed to have this in my deck. I think I just want to always know what my staff is getting. So here's the thing, Austins. If you had the win, you could have courted for Kiki during your upkeep, so you're an idiot. And you lost because you're an idiot, not because you drew the Kiki. Yeah, this hand seems fine, right? Got a lot of ramp in it. It actually has, this hand's actually really great, right? It's got ramp, 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 staff. So I'm gonna go Sprawl on here for green. Pass the turn. It kind of sucks against Ghost Quarter, right? Wow, that's something. This is a donation deck list. We're playing card for card a deck list that someone submitted. That's not... It's good for us. Cyclonic Rift. Am I supposed to just rift their thing here? I'm probably just supposed to rift this, right? I could Utopia Sprawl this, rift this, cast Explore. I kind of like that. No, I can't Explore first. Yeah, Temple Thought Knot is really bad for us. That then is the problem. It's probably better just have the staff in play, right? That card choice command is so great. Just A+. Hopefully we can avoid getting Ghost Quartered. I think taking a chance on Explorer seems really bad. I feel like there's not really a compelling reason to take a chance on Explorer. Sprawl can only enchant a forest. Otherwise, yes, you would want to spread them out. If you had the option to spread them out here, you would spread them out, but I do not have that option. They're not dead yet, but we get to put Emrakul into play, so that's nice. The fuck is even happening right now? What is even happening right now? What is even going on, chat? I don't understand. This is the joke, right? Play around gut shot. That's the joke you make. You don't actually play around the gut shot. You don't actually play around the gut shot, right? Like, that's not reasonable. Good lord, they just wanted it so much better, so much harder than us. We could have played around the gut shot. We could have, in fact, played around the gut shot. Now they're gonna get to Ghost Quarter or Mutavault. I think I'm supposed to staff this. Who wants to staff the Thought Knot Seer? Who's in for a little gambling, chat? Who's in for a little gambling? Anyone want to staff the Thought Knot Seer? I kind of want to staff the Thought Knot Seer. I feel like we deserve some lucky. We're 3-1. We're 3-1. Let's staff the Thought-Knots here. Yeah! Getcha! Nice walking ballista, opponent. No gamble, no future, chat. No gamble, no future. No gamble, no future. Crazy Ship with the 6-month resubscription. Thank you very much and welcome back. I do appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you for the continued support. Calculated, right? Dear Watsy, please ban Proteus Staff. It's too good. It's too good. Innocent mages everywhere dying to the staff's power. Alright, dismember me. I didn't actually mean dismember me. I meant think about it and then don't do it. Ah, what a tilt. What a tilt. I think I just let this happen. I think I just let Garruk eat it here. I don't want to give them a draw. Where's your gut shot now? Who's your god? Yes! Yes! Oh! My Eldrazi's bigger than your Eldrazi opponent. I might be compensating for something, but my Eldrazi is huge. It's huge. My Eldrazi, it's so huge. Can't even handle how big it is. I'll smack him around in the face with my huge Eldrazi a little bit here. No blocks. This is an attack seeing if I'll block so they can Karn. Because they needed a land. Not safe for work stream. Oh, victory! Got that sweet, sweet friendly league 4-1. Got that sweet, sweet friendly league 4-1. Alright. This deck is gasoline. It's really, really great. I like this deck a fantastic amount. Let's talk little details and things I might do differently if I would play this deck again. Alright, so these Garruk Relentlesses were very rancid. Nissa Vital Force, also kind of rancid. Batterskull overperformed. Just came back and all I hear is Jeff yelling and pounding his chest and I had a confused laugh. Here's some bits. Thanks for the bits, Eyes of Twitch. Hope everyone's having a good time this afternoon. We're just hanging out, playing sweet decks like we always do. If you're new and enjoying the stream, make sure you follow. We stream Magic here every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday afternoons. Lots of Modern, lots of Legacy. So the more I think about it, the more I think the Sky Swallower actually isn't a good plan for the board. All right, so what am I doing? This Elderscale Wurm, I think that's great for burn. I think I'm in for a burn hedge. I don't know if I want this Creeping Corrosion. All right, I think I want 2 Terastodons because I think the matches, the fair matches where Emrakul's not great, Terastodon is just excellent. I think this card's really good. It's good against Tron. It's good against the black-green decks. How long am I streaming for? Probably another 3 or 4 hours today. We'll see. We'll see. It depends on how the kids are doing, what time my wife gets home. Hopefully, my wife will be home from work on time today. Had a lot of projects run late lately, though. So we'll see. All right, so in the main deck, I kind of like the idea. I'm just going to put in all the cards I kind of like the idea of. I kind of like the idea of a second Batterskull. I kind of like the idea of whatever this Nissa is called, is taking my Magic Online a second. I kind of like the idea. Even more voting for Vile Smashers, Swift Rage, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, we're gonna start with Legacy tomorrow. Today's gonna be all Modern. Tomorrow we're gonna start with Legacy. It's gonna start with Vile Smasher, I promise. And I actually think we need... Yikes, this guy got left behind. Thank you for the bits, I appreciate it. No, I want the 3-mana Nissa that, that makes tokens. Voice of Zendikar? Yeah, that's the one. This is the right one, right? Make a 0/1, put 1/1 counters. I think Search for Ice is probably a little clunky. I call the herd like overperformed by a fantastic margin in this league, and I kind of want a third. I kind of want more Call the Herd in my deck. And I feel like I'm on board for a Jace or two to shuffle these poopers back into my deck when they're not good. So Jace, the Mind. Yeah, Call the Herd was pretty good. And like Nissa and Call the Herd allow us to protect our 4-mana Planeswalkers. Chests are worth $2.50 each, so I don't just rip them on this stream. I bank them. I feel like I don't need this Farseek in my deck. I feel like 12 ramps probably enough. Yeah, I like the idea of Beast Within. I don't know if I want it in the main or the sideboard, but I feel like Beast Within makes us a makeshift token when we destroy our own land, and it just like answers target thing. I kind of want a couple of these in the 75. The Cyclonic Rift was okay. I don't know if the Cyclonic Rift is worth keeping. Is that just like worse than Beast Within? It might just be worse than Beast Within. We have 4 Khalni Gardens here. There are 4 of them. Yeah, for a $2.50 donation, I'll rip a chest on stream. The cards with lines on them means I don't currently own them. Hey! This deck looks awesome. I've been looking for something new to play. Throw some democracy at Dredgevine. Thanks for the bits, Blur. I will add some extra points to Dredgevine there. Where is Dredgevine? Yeah, it's good at playing turn 3 Jaces too, which is a big thing. I don't know. I could see maybe we don't want Jace in the main deck, but he could be okay in the sideboard for grinding. He could be okay in the sideboard for grinding. I could see this. Could we just play 4 Call the Herd? Is this unreasonable? Is it chat? Am I crazy to want 4 Call the Herd? Is that something I'm crazy for wanting in my life? We could just split the difference too. I don't mind that. I don't mind that. I feel like some Jace to throw these back. Chest time. Let's go Rishadan Port. See, that's how you get a chest open on this stream. Open one of these. Yes, open one. Survey says, ooh, Overgrown Tomb. Overgrown Tomb. Maybe that's worth $1 or $2. Yeah, I think I want an Elishnorn for the board. Is you a bit of the problem? I don't think so. We might want a second basic island with the Jace, but I don't think blue is that big of a problem. Hey, extras with the $15 donation. That to run this back. Fantastic Polymorph League. Run it back as you see fit, and maybe we won't get gut-shotted. Yep, thank you. We will get this back into the queue. Yeah, I don't know if the Sentinel Totem... I want to finish cleaning up the main deck here before I make any changes, too many changes to the sideboard. Want an Elishnorn in here, though, right? Want an Elishnorn. Yeah, I think you would probably board out most of the Emrakuls. I don't know. It's a tough, like... Are there matches where Elishnorn is better than Emrakul is the question? So maybe the Elishnorn isn't good. What's wrong, Jacob? You're on a different show? Okay. Which one you want? Go ahead and pick. I actually think Kiora is pretty good in this sideboard. It's a card that's like okay against control. I really like this against I really like the idea of Kiora against the threat light decks like Death Shadow, but maybe that's wrong. The Kiora might be bad. I don't know. So I think a lot of the details are things that I like. Like the Beast Within seems great. A couple of Jace in the 75 seems great. I think Nissa and another Call the Herd seem reasonable. Trimming some of the clunkier Planeswalker top end. A second Batterskull was pretty good. Batterskull is just like good in ramp decks in general, right? What about an Iona in the board to surprise people? I'm not sure that that's good enough. Maybe that's good enough against something like Storm. Is Rejection going to throw sideboard? I don't know. Oh, I wanted another Dismember, right? I feel like a second Dismember is probably good. Well, maybe I don't need that with Beast Within. I don't know. So this is like a rough outline. The Sentinel Totem's silly. This is like a rough outline of like things I would be willing to try if we wanted to run it back immediately. Is Iona better than Elderscale Wurm? That's interesting. Yeah, because Iona on red against burn is probably GG, right? Which is like what the Elderscale Wurm is for. Yeah, I'd buy that for $1. Buy that for $1. The only upside to the Elderscale Wurm is that it's castable if you draw it, but that's kind of unlikely. So yeah, so I think I would try something like this. Maybe I'd think on the mana base a little bit, but I think I would start here. I really don't own any Magic Online cards. Everything pretty much get from the sponsor. Yeah, maybe. There is a Creeping Corrosion in the sideboard, too. How does this deck avoid dying to things like Storm? You don't. You just die. You just get lineared and die. What happens when you draw Iona? You Jace Storm it back into your deck. Or you just don't draw Iona. All right, so I'm gonna export this so I have it for later, and then I think we're gonna get on to the next deck in the queue for now. This seems reasonable. And for everyone that was watching at home, these get uploaded to YouTube later, so you'll be able to watch the league if you missed it. The league took about 2 hours, so this deck was sweet though. It's definitely more powerful than I was expecting it to be. It's really sweet against a lot of these mid-range decks. Like it's got like some grind to it, but it also has combo kills, which is nice.